It is a Women's Month, and all month long we are going to celebrate iconic South African women. Celebrated media personality and businesswoman Bonang Matheba is back with a brand new TV series called Bedazzled. Matheba continues to enthrall her millions of fans, and the 6-episode series is produced by her own production company, Bonang Matheba Entertainment, as well as Cake Media. Bonang, good morning. I want to say hello, darling. That's your trade brand, your trademark greeting. I don't have a glass of champagne because it is office hours, but we'll just, I'll toast you with my bottle of water in spirit. Lovely to have you join us.
Cheers.
So, Bonang,
thank you. Good morning, Iman.
Bedazzled first launched 13 years ago. I believe it was on YouTube in 2011. What a difference 13 years can make. You have changed and evolved a lot over the years. Bonang, what do you think has been the biggest change you've seen in your own personal journey?
Oh, well, good morning, Iman. I'm very, very happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I am so delighted that I'm able to chat to you about this amazing production. And I think what has changed a lot, and I think it's me, as a young woman, I've grown so much more. The Bonang that was Bonang 13 years ago versus today is completely different. There are so many aspects of my life, personally, professionally, that have really evolved that I want to give people a glimpse into. I've launched so many things, been a part of so many productions. I've traveled the world. I have wonderful new experiences with my own family. So many things have changed. To say there's one particular moment that stands out would be very unfair.
I think your legions of fans are going to be really excited. Of course, the first episode, I think, dropped last Monday because you're giving, as you've just said, a look into your life that's not seen before. Talk to us about launching your own media production company and doing a production all of your own, owning your IP, owning the, the editorial and creative direction. How significant is this for you?
Oh, I love that question. It's absolutely significant. And it's, one of the many things that I try to share with young people about how important it is in this era, digital era, to own your IP, to own your creative, and to make sure that you protect yourself as much as possible. Bonang Matheba Entertainment was launched many, many years ago in the very start of my career, and I was advised by somebody in the industry about how to, approach business within the entertainment industry. It can differ from many other, industries, but this one is particularly, fickle and a little sneaky at times. So the launch and the creation of BME was to, number one, make sure that everything I do is within my own, entertainment company, that I have a lot of power in terms of the things that I'm able to be part of and not, and even in the productions that I'm part of, that I'm always executive producer. I was speaking a couple of weeks ago at a young creative summit for young South Africans. And I remember telling them how important it is, because of my experience, to make sure that you take the necessary steps to protect your IP, to protect your creative, and to make sure that you run the race, particularly with creatives. You are the boss of what you do. You run your own talent, and sometimes it's very tricky to generate income from that. So having a corporation that protects you is very important.
How sneaky can people be, Bonang?
Very, very sneaky, Iman. I think in my experience, it's been a very difficult, challenging, but I think an experience that I have appreciated because I've learned so much. I've learned now that you have to 10 times read between the lines, 10 times more. Take your time when you make decisions. Don't trust everybody that you get into business with, and make sure you have some good lawyers, because the people that are closest to you will sometimes, unfortunately, take advantage of your proximity and the fact that sometimes maybe you're busy and you overlook things, and you've given them the power to make decisions on your behalf. So I would want the younger people, to not make the mistakes that I made, and just make sure that the people that you choose to work with are good people, honest people. And sometimes you think they are. Make sure you do the due diligence.
I think very, very important advice, and hopefully we can talk a little bit more about that during the course of the interview. Once I get through all the things that I know that I want to know and all of your fans want to know, but you are not without critics, right, Bonang? And I think that's part of what you were saying. The journey to here can be quite complex because I'm thinking about people like legend Mankrele, Bar Leader TV, who had some disparaging things to say, right, about the set of being Bonang and so on, and assertions about what led to the show being cancelled. And I'd love to hear how you respond to that. Again, as you say, it's a many huge journey getting to a point of success, owning your own production, owning your own things. And there might be people along the way, you know, who may not celebrate that with you. How do you respond to this particular thing?
Well, that incident happened many years ago. It's something that there's been 4 or 5 productions after that production. So I think the timing of, that revelation is also quite interesting. And because of that experience, I am now at a place where I'm working with a company that is a little bit more receptive of me, that takes a little bit more, is a little bit more respective of the things that I want, my creative, my IP, and sort of like my vision. And because of that experience, I have been able to be in a better place, to work with better people and create, even better productions. If you have watched the episode 1 of Bedazzled on S3, I think it's some of the best television in terms of reality that has ever been done. The quality, the quality of people that we're working with, the DOPs, we have really put together a young team that has created a production that I'm super proud of. I think of all the reality shows, and I've done many different parts, many different variations all through the year, from being Bonang to a very Bonangia to Bedazzled. All of them had a different, feel and a different, kind of approach to it. But this one, the 6-part series, I think is the best of the best.
Yeah.
The storyline is fantastic. Like I said, I go a little bit more deeper than I did with all my productions, but also I like to call it inspirational television. It moves away from just entertainment to a place where parents can watch the show with their kids. Young girls can watch it with their friends and family. And I want from this production for them to take away, because of my experience, what I've learned and how they can do things differently. But they'll be entertained, they'll be absolutely inspired. But to look at the totality of my life, a lot of different things have happened, and it will happen in business, it will happen in entertainment, it will happen as you grow up.
Yeah.
The most important thing is what you have learned from that, and how you make what you're doing now even better. So that is where I am right now.
I don't know. I suppose people can't help but just like you and love you. You give off and you enthuse. And as you say, you're in a phase where you want to be more aspirational. I'm looking forward to watching this with my girls, because oftentimes when I watch something, there's so much sex, there's so much, so many things that are cringeworthy. And I'm like, close your eyes, or I'm going to fast forward, and we just have a good giggle about it. But the fact that you are multidimensional, I mean, you're influential in business, you're influential in the media. What does it take to produce that in yourself? How do you decide this is going to be my strategic vision on this? How do you land on something that you believe is going to be a winning property? Take us into your process a little bit, Bonang.
Oh, I think it has been, for me, a lot of, you test. And then if something fails, you do it a little bit differently. And then you test again, and then you fail, and you do a little bit differently. But also what I have done recently, when I say recently, I mean the past couple of years, is really collaborate with other people around me who have helped me make the right decisions. I am somebody that is quite focused, and I know what I want. But in order to get there, I have been able to pull together a team of advisors. And when I say advisors, it can be people from, a publicist, but more so my mother and the people that I really lean towards or lean into for that kind of guidance. A lot of my guidance also is, a lot of my decisions also are really guided, but by trends and what's happening around me. I like to say I'm somebody that likes to be very aware of my surroundings, very aware of trends, marketing, what people want, what they don't want. I listen to a lot of my fans. I take direction from them, but I'm also quite in tune with my surroundings and with a little bit of my mother, a sort of like test and trial, being aware of your surroundings, but also just having a clear vision. I've always known what it is I want to do. How to get there has been tricky, but I'm still on that path to, this ultimate vision that I had for myself. I think each project has a different process. I will never approach the House of B&G the way I approach my emceeing work or my radio work, and I'll never approach that the way I approach, my productions. But the principle through all of that is really the same. Take advice from mom, because mom will always be my first point of reference.
Yeah.
After that, do an internal kind of introspection of how is the best way to get there. After that, you rally the troops and the people that who are the best in those fields to get you there a little bit quicker. So you split yourself in 6. So you have, you don't have 24 hours, you have 24 times 6. And then ultimately get all those people in one space where you follow a certain vision. And, through I guess, collaboration, you land to where you get to go. But every single, I think, 5 years, the vision changes. And that's why I always say that what I wanted at 30 is not what I want right now. And what I want right now isn't going to be what I want in the next couple of years. So,
all right, I'm ordering my bottle of I'm ordering my bottle of Bonang as we speak. I mean, that energy is so contagious, but also so thoughtful, Bonang, as you speak, talking about keeping your family really close, having a great and clear sounding board such as your mom, somebody that you can trust, who you know has your best interest, and then navigating from there. And I think that a lot of young women, particularly who are thinking about embarking on a business journey, can learn a lot from what you've just said. Let's go to this. You're hosting the Miss South Africa pageant. I think that's this weekend, and your alcohol brand is also an official sponsor, by the way, and we celebrate with you 5 years of that brand. But I want to talk about the controversy, right, Bonang, around the 2024 Miss SA finalist, Chidima Vanessa Adechina. There's so much talk, there's so much debate, discussion, and of course hate that's directed towards her. What's your stance, and what would you like South Africans to know about how you feel about this?
Well, I always like to highlight Miss South Africa. I think we know it's an event that celebrates beauty, it celebrates intelligence, it celebrates empowerment. But more than anything, I love being part of pageants because they promote diversity, they promote inclusion, but they also promote women's empowerment. I would not want to go too deep into the controversy. But I would like to say that the Miss South Africa pageant has spoken. Our Chidima is and has what it takes to stand there and be in the top 15. I think we need to wait until Saturday to see what happens. But she is a qualified finalist. Beyond that, I cannot make any more comments. But I think the Miss South Africa pageant wouldn't have somebody within the top 16 that is not qualified. I know they do the due diligence. They make sure that every single woman that is there is, according to the Department of Home Affairs, a qualified, citizen of South Africa. I think on Saturday, we wait and see. And the judges will always have the last say. I'm the host, and I like to stay very far away from being biased because there are a top 16 girls there that deserve our attention, that deserve our love, and that deserve us to pour all our love and support behind. I would prefer not to speak about one girl because I think all our girls deserve the attention. And as a host, that's what I'm going to try to bring, to uplift the girls, to make sure that they know that the other girls are supported, that the spotlight on Saturday will be on them, and that we celebrate them and we're proud of them, all of them. And, I don't want to say it's unfair, but because of the scandal, I feel a lot of the other girls are in the shadow, which is very unfair. Then what happens to them? How does this Miss South Africa experience mean towards them? I think for me, I'm here to shine the light on the other girls that are so deserving, that are going to do so well on Saturday. And I will just allow everything else to happen. I am the host and I want to bring cheer and, just a night of of feel goodness. You know, that is what Miss South Africa is about.
I can't wait to see what you're going to be wearing, because you never fail to impress. I mean, I don't even want to say I've ever walked a red carpet, but I mean, us news people, you know, we're always drab, and we're always, okay, maybe not say that, because there are some fabulous news people, but we're always covering the story, not are the story, and I can't wait to see what you're wearing. You never do fail to impress. I want to say, Bonang, we saw a request from BET award winner Makadzi, and I think you might have seen it as well, for you to introduce her on her one-woman show in December. We do know that you promised to respond. Maybe I'm being a little bit cheeky, though. I want to know what you decided. But I know that you are a woman's woman. You are a champion for other women.
Absolutely. I love Makadzi, and I was so flattered. I even said, are you serious? Me, my queen of all the people in South Africa? I just felt so important, particularly because she had just landed from the BET experience. I didn't even think I'd be the first person on her mind. So funny, I'm meeting her in a couple of days to discuss it, and it's something that I would love to do. I told her about visiting her hometown. I've never been there before, and I think it would be a wonderful moment. You know, have been a huge fan of her from years ago, and to finally get an opportunity to be on that stage with her, I said I'm going to do what I can. You know, I want to be part of that experience. I think it's going to be fantastic.
So, my love and life, you are co-producing this with Cake Media owner David Pume, and I know your fans are gagging for every detail of your heart story. Is there a wedding special on the cards, my love?
I don't think so. I think I'm learning so much from working with Cake Media. I've learned so much in just this particular experience. And for now, that's what I want to focus on, and what we want to focus on, creating wonderful television, you know, and just being the go-to production companies when it comes to really important, beautifully put together, unforgettable TV shows. And that's where we are. I'm having tons of fun, and it's been just a wonderful couple of months for us all.
You know, I think it was Simone Biles who said she's so tired of reporters asking her what's next after winning gold. Can we just be in this moment? And that's the moment I want to be in with you as well, is you've accomplished so much. This new television series is launched. I was just reading, you know, just some of the expectation. People really do love you. And maybe just to take this second, Bonang, to savor it. To savor it with the nation. I know you've got legions of fans. I think your social media following is almost 6 million people, you know, and I've seen people respond to things that you do. People celebrate with you, they love with you. Of course, you always have your haters. We're not talking about them now. This is not their moment. What is the final thought you'd love to leave our viewers with, especially as you are the first interviewee on our Women's Month journey?
Wow, thank you. I feel so honored. Well, I would like to say, I think, you know, I am a product of a wonderful nation and a product of wonderful people. Everything that I've been able to do, my career and the numerous companies that I've been able to launch is because of my supporters and the fact that they are there when I call. And I just want to say to them, thank you. Thank you so much. Each and every time I have a new TV show, I host a new radio show, I have a new something, you know, the House of B&G, they're always there. They're the first people to support me and to really get behind me. And it's been a wonderful 20 years in the industry. I think all I want to say to them and to every single woman in Women's Month is the world is your oyster. If I can put 20 years into it, you know, put your heart and soul into it, value time, value hard work, and it's like making fine wine. It's like making a fine wine. At the end of the day, you will reap the fruits of your harvest. But I think the people of South Africa are the reason why I am who I am today. And that's why everything that I do will always be in celebration of just this wonderful nation that I represent and that I'm from. Yeah. And hopefully, you know, on Saturday and everything that I put out is really a true representation of the excellence that our country, you know, has to offer, and the excellence that I try to kind of show to the rest of the world and be a true ambassador of this incredible nation. So I think, you know, happy Women's Month to everybody and to you, and thank you, I guess. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much, Bonang Matheba. Cheers to you, darling, and we'll continue to watch your rise and rise. Bonang Matheba sharing with us the latest and the launch of her latest television special, Bedazzled.